Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm at the laundromat. Just left from the grocery store, though. I had to get some change to wash the clothes. And got some peanut butter. Cost of peanut butter is still going up, man. It's the same peanut butter I've been buying for years. Doesn't matter what it is, but you've seen what I buy if you watch my videos. But the point is, the cost of peanut butter is going up. The cost of living goes up naturally. Inflation will go up. So the question is, will your money keep up with the cost of living? You know, a lot of you might be doing what I have been doing, and that is, I haven't gotten into the market or anything. I expected, well, it's so crazy now, but I expected it to be a correction in a minute now, because to me the market is just ridiculous. I never thought it. I mean, it's just crazy where it is. I don't know where it is today, but to be in the in the 20s, that's crazy to me. So I'm like, ever since it crossed the 20,000 mark, I've been like, forget this. There's no point in getting in there. Wait till there's a correction. But then, of course, it kept growing and growing and growing and growing. Anyway, I'm going too long. The point is, it's hard. It's harder now for me. I'm a novice and amateur, but I'm pretty good at just through looking at the bigger picture and having an idea of making a reasonable assumption. But now it's harder than ever, because even though the market usually corrects around 9 years, an average of 9 years, then you got someone in the office like President Trump who is somewhat unpredictable, and because he's doing things in a way that is basically never been done. I mean, look at what he's doing with trade, and then changing the tax code and all of that. To a lot of presidents, they would be scared, or some of y'all would say smart enough, but whatever, they wouldn't be doing all this stuff. So it would be much easier to try to make an assessment or judgment call on what's going to happen. But to me, it's harder than ever, because you would think that it's time for the market to have a correction any moment, just like the average has been. But it's hard to tell, because now, golly, man, it's hard to tell. For a minute, for a moment, and I think still, generally speaking, the companies are actually building up to closer to where, or at least they were, closer to where the market representation is. In other words, they're getting closer to the value of the market. They were, but the market keep growing crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's just so crazy to predict. But the one thing is that with all the volatility, there's plenty of opportunity right now just because of the fluctuation. For people who's going to do something like day trading or swing trading. In other words, you pay attention to all of this stuff that goes on in the news, and certain companies that are solid and are going to be there have a bad day or bad. See, one of the things that's been happening is that people have been expressing their concerns to me and telling me what they're doing, and I'm like, and I've been seeing the news, and I'll be like, okay, you heard what just happened, go buy this, because it's going to return, it's going to bounce back. And I'm like, okay, well, now I'm paying so much attention to the market because so many people I know are involved, and we're communicating back and forth. They get my advice. I might as well play myself. And the reality is that there's plenty of opportunity, because volatility, by default, again, the way that people tend to invest, especially amateurs like myself, is they chase what's happening. That's not my way of looking at it, So when they see the volatility, they're scared to get in, or they're going to get in when everyone is buying. That's ridiculous to me. But because there are people doing that, that means there's opportunity for people who are going to do something different. And I mean, you already know, you can just look at it. You already know that when when Tesla, when when Elon Musk was talking about taking a company private and at 420, you know that people was going to buy shares. So I told my boy, like, you hear about Tesla, you better go buy the stock. And of course it went up. But I wouldn't have kept the stock because you don't know what Elon Musk is going to do. And I mean, who's not paying? If anybody's paying attention, you know that he's one of the people who makes inflammatory comments and remarks, and many things can happen. First of all, he might not have been, well, I wouldn't take it at face value. I wouldn't take it in a literal sense. And I don't even know, even if I knew or felt that he meant it, I wouldn't take it at the face value. But it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is the real point is that people just make statements and make comments. And so I know that people are going to immediately emotionally respond, and that's going to cause a change in the market. So I would have gotten in, and I would have gotten in and let the market rise a little bit, but I would have gotten out after a rise, because you don't know what's going to happen after that. So yeah, you might miss out on some growth beyond that, but you're playing it safe. You made money. Greed is what kills a lot of people. And then of course the lack of mindfulness and different strategies and all that as well, because a lot of people who might have bought at that point because of what he said, and then they just kept holding it as if it's just going to keep going up and keep going up and keep going. I mean, it's just, what's the point? Why would you? Different people got different strategies. My point was just to think about what you're doing with your money. But the other thing that I was just sharing with you is that, again, be an independent thinker. Use your own mind. Think critically. Look at the big picture. Step back and look at the big picture. And a lot of times, I mean, that's why I'm comfortable with getting in and investing in single stocks. So I'll be sharing some of that with you. I just, like I said, I just decided to do this yesterday. And let me tell you, this is one of the big reasons why I decided to share this with you. I didn't realize this because I had no plan on doing this. So I downloaded a Ameritrade app. You can actually play with this thing and not use real money, man. So really, any of y'all who have been thinking about investing, it's hot out here, so I'm starting to sweat. But hey, you can create an Ameritrade account, and it's going to ask you about attaching funding an account, but you don't have to fund the account. You can trade with paper money, not real money. Meaning you can learn the system, learn the tools, practice on judging the market or whatever, however you want to do it. I know don't judge the market, you can't time the market. Yeah, do what you want to. What I'm saying is, so if you believe that you are able to figure out a system listen, people are doing it every day, man. Day traders make plenty of money every day. Swing traders make plenty of money every week. So obviously there are people doing it, and so there is a way of doing it. And for me, I've called many moves without just putting money in the market, but my outlook has been dependable. So why not play with it at a higher level? Anyway, man, my point is that you can get in the game and actually test yourself out, because that's what I'll be doing, testing myself out. I'm testing my theory out. I got confidence in my theory, but I'm actually able to test it out without losing a dime, and you can too. Ameritrade. That's it, man. I gotta go. I got my clothes in the back. I was just making a video before I took off.